Hello, humans. My name is Thunder, and I has thoughts. Today we're going to look at a video from famous political conservative commentator Ben Shapiro. His video is called Build-A-Bear is Grooming Your Children. I'm very curious about this because as far as I know, Build-A-Bear is just a place where you can make stuffed animals. I have quite a few stuffed animals from Build-A-Bear over the years, and so far, they've just sat in my room and, been stuffed animals. So I'm very curious to know how they're grooming my children. Before I start this, I have not seen this video, so I don't know what he's going to say, but I want to get some definition in place before we start. So grooming is a serious accusation, and it is a word that conservatives have been using to villainize drag queens and trans people and other LGBTQ adults and imply that they are behaving the way they do in order to assault your children and to abuse your children. And that is vehemently not what is going on. Drag queens are entertainers. Nobody is trying to hurt your kids, Ben. At least not the people you think are. And I'm pretty sure that a large corporation that makes stuffed animals is not trying to abuse your children. So in order to offset some of the inflammatory language, let's look at what grooming actually is. This is an article from RAIN, which is the support for people who have been victims of SA. I understand that there are certain words that YouTube doesn't like you to use, so we're going to be a little bit careful, but here's what they say. Know the warning signs. One tool common to those who abuse kids is grooming, manipulative behaviors that the abuser uses to gain access to a potential victim, coerce them to agree to the abuse, and reduce the risk of being caught. While these tactics are used most often against younger kids, teens and vulnerable adults are also at risk. Though grooming can take many forms, it often follows a similar pattern. Victim selection. Abusers often observe possible victims and select them based on ease of access to them or their perceived vulnerability. Gaining access and isolating the victim. Abusers will attempt to physically or emotionally separate a victim from those protecting them and often seek out positions in which they have contact with minors. Trust development and keeping secrets. Abusers attempt to gain the trust of a potential victim through gifts, attention, sharing secrets, and other means to make them feel that they have a caring relationship and to train them to keep the relationship secret. Desensitization to touch and discussion of certain topics. Abusers will often start to touch a victim in ways that appear harmless, such as hugging, wrestling, and tickling, and later escalate to increasingly more sexual contact, such as massages or showering together. Abusers may also show the victim pornography or discuss sexual topics with them to introduce the idea. And then they attempt to make their behavior seem natural to avoid raising suspicions. For teens who may be closer in age to the abuser, it can be particularly hard to recognize tactics used in grooming. So, essentially, Ben is accusing a company that makes stuffed animals of desensitizing children to sexual topics so that they can sexually abuse them. Does that mean like the CEO of Build-A-Bear is going to come to my house and befriend my kids? Because that doesn't seem very likely. I don't know them. I don't even know if it's a man or a woman or a non-binary person. I don't know who that is. But anyway, I show this in order to point out that the language that Ben is using is extremely loaded and extremely dishonest. But let's hear what he has to say.
Well, folks, I've taken my kids to Build-A-Bear before. It's a wonderful
Oh my God, you've taken them to Build-A-Bear? You're grooming your kids, Ben.
little store. It's a place where you take your kids and they are able to literally build their own teddy bear and they take it home and they cuddle with it and it's really, really cute. Well, except that Build-A-Bear has decided to jump into the woke cultural wars when they say that they're not coming
Woke cultural wars. They're teddy bears, Ben. You build them, you take them, you cuddle them, you hug them. It's real cute. You just said so.
after the kids. That's a lie. They're coming after the kids. Apparently, Build-A-Bear, which is a store that I've taken my kids to a lot, right? This is where you actually go to the store and they have sort of these these kind of teddy bear skins, and you get the filling, and you fill the bear, and you take it home, and the kids love it. It's really fun. They've decided that they need to drag queen the kids. So
they need to drag queen the kids. Do you put your kid into the Build-A-Bear machine and it turns them into a drag queen? That seems fun.
The Build-A-Bear's workshop is now offering a new RuPaul drag queen.
That is fabulous. I didn't even know about this. A RuPaul bear. I love it.
Bear. Which makes perfect sense because you definitely need to teach your kids about boys who dress up as girls.
This rhetoric about drag, Ben does know that in many cultures over the course of the last many centuries, many men have dressed up as women for entertainment purposes, right? It doesn't always mean that they're trans. It doesn't always mean that they're gay. It just means they enjoy dressing up to entertain people. In Shakespeare's day, all of the female characters were played by men. Japanese kabuki, I believe, female characters are played by men. It's not new. It's not dangerous. And it's so part of the entertainment landscape that for you to be this upset about a teddy bear, it really just shows your ignorance. Or the fact that you just want to inflame tempers and make people enraged about things that are completely harmless, which really is kind of how you make your money. So, okay.
The stuffed animal immediately caused outrage online, according to the Daily Mail.
It caused outrage online, according to the Daily Mail. Okay.
With many calling out the business for selling the bear amid growing controversy regarding drag performances. The controversy first erupted online with my friend Matt Walsh's tweet, which included a screen grab of the Build-A-Bear website with the RuPaul bear advertised. The drag queen bear is stated as being included in the bear cave, but still shown on the general website, which is accessible to all. Apparently, it's for 18-plus shoppers. But
okay, I wanna see this article from the quote-unquote Daily Mail. Okay. So here is a Daily Mail article. It's the Daily Mail. Remember, there's absolutely no agenda to groom your kids. Toy Store Build-A-Bear divides customers with new RuPaul Drag Queen Bear. Build-A-Bear Workshop's new RuPaul Drag Queen Bear has divided customers who claim the store is grooming children. The glamorous bear comes with a curly blonde wig, gold sequin dress, and gold pumps, and includes the RuPaul Drag Race logo on the bear's paw. Start your engines. RuPaul's bear is ready to sashay into your collection. The item's description on the Bear Cave website, an 18-plus section of the Build-A-Bear site. Okay. The stuffed animal immediately caused outrage online. So, the Daily Mail says it causes outrage, with many calling out the business for selling the bear amid growing controversy regarding... Okay, this is what Ben said. Remember, there is absolutely no agenda to groom your kids. Don't be ridiculous. On an unrelated note, Build-A-Bear is selling a drag queen stuffed bear for children, wrote notable conservative Matt Walsh. Yes, well, we respect Matt Walsh's opinion about as much as we respect Ben Shapiro's opinion. By the way, I mean, come on, this thing is fabulous. I want one now. So it's... Okay, wait. Let's make this clear. It's only on the website. And it's only in the 18-plus section of the website. So it's not even aimed at children. It's aimed at fans of RuPaul. There's the tweet. Controversy first erupted online with Walsh's tweet. Oh, so he started the controversy and then was like, look at all the controversy. That's pretty much their MO. Which included a screen grab of the Build-A-Bear website with RuPaul bear advertised. The drag queen bear is stated as being included in the bear cave, but still shown on the general website, which is accessible to all. I'm told that the bear is sold in a section of the site that's intended for 18-plus shoppers, except that they have the drag bear right on the front page, front and center, alongside the Easter merchandise, Walsh wrote to his 1.5 million followers. Cover bear, put the fur in your walk, head to paw, let your whole body talk, the website reads. That's great. Two iconic pop culture institutions joined forces for this one-of-a-kind collector's item made in tribute to the world's most famous drag queen, it continues. Oh, this is amazing. As of Monday morning, it appears the 18-plus bear has been removed from the main website's carousel of revolving bears and pages. The damage had already been done for many, however, as the tweet gained traction on the social media app, amassing more than 500,000 views in days. So, okay. Oh my god, look at these pumps. Many agreed with Walsh's outrage. Many agreed. That's very vague. Who agreed? And said they find it disturbing for a drag queen bear to be advertised so openly to children. Okay, honestly, how many children are on the Build-A-Bear website? Children don't go on the Build-A-Bear website. Is nothing sacred? Asked one Twitter user. No, nothing is sacred, sorry. Another company to avoid buying from. This is disgusting. Shame on you groomers, wrote one angry person. Well, we talked about that word already. Others online pointed out Build-A-Bear Workshop having an 18 plus website in general is curious and questionable. No, it's not. It's because of people like you. Adults like stuffed animals, and they want different things than children, and Build-A-Bear is basically being smart and expanding their customer base by offering cute little decorative toys for adults to buy. Is this a problem? It's a teddy bear, Matt, said another person. Exactly. Normalizing the diversity of human experience isn't grooming. Parents raising their kids to be as hateful and bigoted as them is grooming. Okay. Agree with the first half. Parents raising their kids to be as hateful and bigoted as them is offensive, I might say. I would not call it grooming because, again, using that word in an improper context reduces the power of the word and dilutes the meaning into something that it is not. All right, I want to see the website now. Let's take a look. I think there was a link here. Where'd it go? Here it is. You are about to enter the Bear Cave. The Bear Cave is filled with unexpected collabs and unique plush gifts intended for shoppers 18 and older. Okay. So you're warned. It is Go away. It is $64. $64. It cannot be purchased unstuffed. So you can't even make it. You just buy this bear. Wait, it says it's 56 here. I'm confused. Oh, this is the whole set. I see. So, okay, it's $56. And then if you want the pumps, there's another $8. Okay. So you can't buy it in the store. You're warned before you get to this section that these toys are intended for adults, which honestly, it's a bear. It's a stuffed bear wearing a wig. Here's a question for you. Genuinely, looking at this picture. Why can't I get this centered on my screen here? How do you know the gender of this bear? Do stuffed animals have genders? I'm genuinely curious here, because if I looked at this and didn't know that it was intended to represent a drag queen, if I was a little girl, I might just look at this bear and be like, oh, look at the cool gold glittery dress and the blonde wig. It's so pretty. It's a princess bear. I mean, give me a break. Grooming? First of all, drag is not sexual. So, by definition, if it's not sexual, it cannot be grooming. Second of all, RuPaul is not out there befriending your children and attempting to normalize abuse. RuPaul is an entertainer with a TV show. I mean, just this outrage, this whole attitude, I find it so baffling. All right, Ben, what else do you have to say?
But it's right there at the top of the front page. Cover bear, put the fur in your walk, head to paw, let the whole body talk. The website reads, 2 iconic pop culture institutions join forces for this one-of-a-kind collector's item made in tribute to the world's most famous drag queen. Oh, isn't that nice? Well, the good news is that the blowback caused Build-A-Bear to at least remove this from the main website's carousel of revolving bears and pages. It is still apparently on the website, however. So, why Build-A-Bear feels the necessity to do this. Again, this is a product designed for children.
But it's not. It specifically says it's for adults. Right there, when you go to the website, it says this is intended for shoppers 18 plus.
It's beyond me, except that all of our cultural arbiters have decided that all of this is the most important thing that you can possibly do. Speaking of which, in the most absurd Orwellian story of the day, according to the UK Daily Mail.
Okay, we're moving on. So that was just a little clip about Build-A-Bear. I could go on a whole diatribe, but I think I've made my point. It's a toy meant for kids. Oh, wait, it's not. It's a toy meant for adults. It's a toy meant for fans of RuPaul. And you know what? I'm really tempted to go buy one just because I think it's really adorable. I don't even know that much about RuPaul. I've never watched any RuPaul's Drag Race or any of it, but I certainly don't feel threatened. by the existence of drag queens. I mean, honestly, if one of them could teach me how to do makeup, that'd be amazing because I am hopeless. But I'm also a cat and makeup isn't good for my fur. So, but I'm really, really offended by this word grooming being used in this context and being used in the context of drag in general. It's created a whole new sort of wedge issue, a whole new source of outrage, equating entertainment, really quite harmless entertainment, with some kind of nefarious, evil purpose. You know, groomers are usually the people you least expect. They're coaches, teachers, priests, the neighbor. It's people in positions of trust, right? Who abuse that position. I do not mean to imply that even the majority or even a minority of teachers and coaches and priests and other people in positions of authority and trust are abusers. Far from it. What I'm saying is that an abuser will often place themselves into a position of trust so that they can gain access to the people that they want to abuse and then groom them. Drag queens do no such thing. They're performers. And even if we're talking something like Drag Queen Story Hour, which, by the way, is in reaction to all of this new uproar and outrage, the kids are there with their parents. A person reads them a story, and that's it. How's that different from, say, Kirk Cameron showing up and reading his story to your kid? Is Kirk Cameron grooming your children? No. That's ridiculous. The problem is that people like Ben Shapiro and Matt Walsh want to turn being LGBTQ into something that's automatically sexual. And they do it by using this kind of loaded language and by implying that simply the act of putting on a dress and a wig and doing your makeup and singing some songs for an audience is inherently sexual. It's not. It's a costume. If I put on a cat costume on Halloween, does that mean that I'm telling children that they should be cats? No. It means I like cats. It means it's fun to put on a costume and perform. You have to be able to look past all of the smoke screens that they put up. You have to be able to read between the lines and to see the deception that they are perpetrating because they want your outrage, because your outrage makes them money. It's really that simple. He gets the views and he gets the ad revenue and he gets the donations and he gets the subscriptions because people want to hear what he has to say. You know what? It reminds me of that movie from, I think it was the 90s, about Howard Stern, where he's the CBS executives or NBC, whatever network he was on at the time. They were like, half the people watching hate him, but keep listening to hear what he has to say, and the other half love him and keep listening to hear what he has to say. And it's the same thing. It's just that same tradition of saying outrageous things because people will want to hear what you have to say next. And honestly, I wonder how much of it Ben even really believes in the privacy of his own home. Because I think Ben is just a performer too. All right, humans, take care of yourselves, have a bath and a nap, and I'll see you next time.